In order to make America great and glorious again, I am tonight announcing my candidacy for President of the United States.
So there we had it right there. Donald Trump announcing his speech for, well, this is not, here's the thing. It's not a surprise that Donald Trump announced it, right?
Yeah. So
we already knew that was the case. But here's the thing. Here's the question here. He announced pretty freaking quick. Am I right?
Yeah.
2 years before.
I think he was kind of wanting it premature this whole time, like saying, I'm going to run. Like, he's been giving hints throughout his other rallies.
Yeah.
And so that, oh, you guys are going to love it, like, what I'm going to say, but I won't say it.
He's not going to say
like,
it, but we
I
already
gotta wait until after midterm.
And here's the thing. He was basically kind of pretty much overshadowing the midterms with this whole big announcement thing that he was promising the people from.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. He did it very early.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is going to be a mistake for Donald Trump or one of the greatest fucking things he'd ever do on announcing 2 years before the election, which is pretty much insane. Now, one thing that I do have to bring up is obviously he still has those indictment charges that are coming by his way.
Yeah.
So I don't know if Donald Trump is announcing it right now and maybe he does get indicted and he's going to be like, oh, well, yeah, they're just scared of me. They're after me and this and that. And that's why I was being indicted.
I mean, they could, because, I mean, now we have, Pence stepping up to the plate.
Okay, we'll bring up Pence in the next segment here, and I get you there. But here's another thing. Mm-hmm. So he did announce 2 years before.
Right.
Okay. He could still get indicted. That's a lot of things right there. Mm-hmm. One thing that I noticed is that the media it kind of feels like the mainstream Republican Party is kind of departing from Donald Trump a little bit,
Right.
Why is that? What the reason is for that? One thing is that we know is that Donald Trump obviously had a bunch of endorsements.
Correct.
Okay. One of his biggest threats, obviously, I think now that he's announcing 2 years before, could be because, hey, to an extent, his biggest threat, Ron DeSantis, is still kind of getting a lot of hype on him.
Right. And I think Ron DeSantis is getting the hype because the media is coming out and giving him that hype. I think even with just the fights that is going on is the fact that I know Trump makes some comments against DeSantis at this point, right?
Yeah.
Before he announced and all that he made some things. And I think that he's doing it because the media has already been planning and saying and kind of hyping up Ron DeSantis, because he is one of the stars of the Republican Party at this point.
I think he's like the main star, really, at this point.
I would say the main star Donald Trump. Yeah, I would say main star Donald Trump. Then we go to DeSantis, and then probably third Carrie Lake at that point.
That's arguable right there. Dude. I'm not gonna fucking sit here. I'm not a Carrie Lake. I like Carrie Lake, but I'm not that big of a fan of her. But
I'm a big fan.
Yeah, I know you are. Yeah, you like women that look like dudes. So, anyways, let's move on from that. One thing that I wanted to bring up though, as well, is that the mainstream media, a lot of people are kind of feeling like they want to depart from Donald Trump. Right. Now, we do know that he endorsed a whole bunch of candidates, right? Mm-hmm. And so we'll take a look at these right here, which we'll give the sources. So, the Senate. The Senate was won by the Democratic Party. Mm-hmm. Okay, cool. Another thing, the House was won by
the Republican Party.
So he did get big endorsements on that, on these things. And how about you give out the numbers here for the Senate?
So from the numbers that we got here, so in total we got 26 Senates or people from the Senate. Endorsement from Donald Trump. We had a total of 6 laws. One is still questionable because of
the Walker situation.
Yeah, because of the Walker situation, right. So right now in total is 19, hopefully 20 at this point. We'll find out next month and see how that's going to go.
Yeah. So that was pretty good endorsement on the Senate. 19 wins, 6 losses by the Donald Trump endorsements. Doesn't mean, obviously, when it comes to the Senate, even if Herschel Walker wins, Kamala Harris has the tiebreaker anyway. So either way, we're more than likely we're going to lose the Senate. That's fine. So the House, that was good news actually.
Right. So, yeah, the House was definitely good news. So, one thing about the House right now is that Trump endorsed 172. Mm-hmm. So, 21 lost out of 172. That is a big number.
Very much so.
And you know, if anybody wants to say that, hey, like being endorsed by Trump it's a bad thing. No, it's a great thing because from when it comes to the House, at least, only 21 lost out of 171. So that brings us to a total of 151 of endorsed candidates that Trump brought in that won the seat.
Yeah, 100%. So that was actually some good stuff on Donald Trump endorsements. Mm-hmm. The problem is that it feels like the mainstream Republicans again might be looking to depart ways. It's still early. Donald Trump did announce very early.
Yeah, he did.
And so they're thinking, well, DeSantis might be the future guy. At this point, they did ask him questions like, hey, what are your response to Donald Trump's like comments to you? Mm. And of course, he just said, hey, we just did an election. I got work to do. I don't have time to be answering these ridiculous questions that I'm not even thinking about until like probably a year or so from now. Mm-hmm. So it leads me to my next question. Mm-hmm. Okay. Obviously, there's some tension going on with the Republican Party at this point.
So I guess real quick before we go a little bit further into that, just so we just give out all the statistics of all the numbers that Donald Trump has endorsed.
Okay.
So we got the state legislative. We got 26 people that he endorsed. And out of the 26, 6 lost, maybe 7, actually, because there was one that was questionable. Mm-hmm. But in total, in counting, we're going to count that one as a loss anyways. So 19. Now, the one that was the major loss in Donald Trump was a state executives.
Okay.
Which was the governor's seats. Mm-hmm. And so he endorsed 53 people.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, 24 of them lost. So 24 of them lost. That was a big difference, but you know, still 29 won out of the whole thing. So the thing is that even looking at all these losses and the state elects all the governors, let's just say the governors here.
Okay.
Right? Even then the governor race, majority that was the most hit. You know, out of it.
Was that
53?
Which one is that? The state executive?
Executive.
Executive.
The state executive. Yeah.
So 53 endorsements. He lost how many?
24.
Lost 24. So
almost close to half.
No, bro. That's more than half. A little. Like,
No. Because the thing is that the loss is 24 and the won is 29.
Okay. All right.
So
there you go.
It's still.
I'm not good at math. So, anyways,
that was a still close race.
Yeah.
We still won by 5.
From the endorsements. But,
yeah,
okay.
From the endorsements.
Yeah,
right.
from the endorsements. So, for me, it kind of feels like, why are you going to fix something if it's not broken? You know, Donald Trump did put out some pretty good endorsement numbers. Based off that, obviously, the big blowout one was, the Senate, right?
No, that was the state executive. With the big blowout.
Okay, that was the big blowout. So, I think a lot of people...
Or the bigger blowout.
Yeah, I think a lot of people in the Republican Party kind of felt like Donald Trump endorsing like Walker is going to be the runoff one, right?
Yeah, the runoff. And people are saying that, hey, Trump, you should have not endorsed him.
Because he's probably going to lose,
should have not said
anything.
anything. Yeah. And it's like, dude, wait a minute. By looking at the statistics of all these people you endorse, majority did win.
Yeah.
And, granted that we were all hoping for the red wave, the red tsunami. Fine.
Yeah, it was a red little squirt of cum. It is what it is, man. So I think Republicans had a high standard on what they thought, what they expected, and it didn't happen. It didn't shoot through. It is what it is. Fine, whatever. So let's move on to the next point. And here's I'm going to ask this next question: should Ron DeSantis run for the president of the United States?
Well, I think that he should still run. Mm-hmm. Now, I say in my personal aspect.
Not your personal aspect, I'm asking you. Okay. Should he run? Yes or no? Will he run?
Okay.
Those are two different questions here.
Okay.
Let me rephrase that.
Okay.
Should he run? Yes or no?
Well, the only time that I would say that why he should run at this point is only because of his political career.
Okay. Again, so he should run.
He should.
We'll get into that right now.
Okay.
Will he run?
Will he run? I don't know about that, but I would say I would probably give about maybe 70% that he will run.
You think so?
I think so.
Okay. All right. So those are one things. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's ask this. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Should he run? I think he should. Do you think so?
Yeah, I think that he should run.
Definitely aspects of things. And I kind of get that because at this point, and you're right, I already know where you're going with this. Mm-hmm. And just to kind of shoot things, a really quick thought before you go into that. Mm-hmm. Ron DeSantis was basically the poster child of the Republican governor that handled COVID-19 at its finest, right?
Correct.
So he's at his highest point of popularity at this point in time.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. We can agree on that. So at this point, nobody knew who the hell this guy was until Donald Trump endorsed him, won. He became the governor of Florida, handled COVID-19 like a champ.
Yeah.
All right. So there's a lot of hype on him. This is how it was his merit that got him to where he's at. Not only that, he's similar to like a Donald Trump because he calls out the news. He talks smack back.
Yeah.
Even when Trump shot out those little fire hits at him, how did he handle it? He was just like, hey man, I don't know what the other guy's credentials are, but what I know is that I handled my state correctly, and my merit just speaks for myself. That's basically his answer.
I think the only part that maybe you were kind of just wrong there is like, oh, he don't know what his credentials is. Of course, he knows the credentials of Donald Trump.
No. I didn't say that. I said, hey, I don't know. Yeah. He's saying I don't know the other guy.
Yeah,
He's saying, I don't know what other guy. I have nothing to do with that. I don't care.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's just speaking on an aspect where, hey, look at my record. That's it. Simple as that.
I know he said.
Let's move.
He also said that, hey, look, when you're doing things good, the media and everybody attacks you. He said that he's used to being attacked.
Well, that's the name of the game. So going back to it, should he run? Let's shoot on that. So I just want to shoot out that real quick. Go ahead on.
I think he should run only because the fact that at least keep his name in the ballot at least. If he goes and runs in the general election to the primaries, right? To just put his name out there going against Donald Trump. More than likely, it probably be, them two at the end of the day. Mike Pence, Liz Cheney, all these other... Mitt Romney, all these fuckers they're not gonna win, or they're not gonna come close. You don't
think so?
I don't think so. Okay. I don't. I could be wrong though, but
we'll see how it turns out.
We'll see what the people say, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not gonna quote to say that I'm 100% on it. I'm just saying that this is my take on this, right? So I think that if DeSantis does go in there and run against Donald Trump for the primary, I would think that DeSantis will keep his name on there. Now, the issue with DeSantis is that if he does not do this, it's the fact that by 2026, he's done. As his political career is done because he's already at the limit of his term of being the governor for Florida. So he cannot just continue being governor just as many times as he wants. Just like we don't have, we don't allow presidents to be presidents as long as they want. If we just keep voting them in. But at the end of the day, DeSantis' political career will be gone by that point. We'll have hopefully Trump or a new Republican president at the time.
Yeah.
Of 2024, at the end of 2024, that goes to the inauguration in 2025. By the time that this ends, DeSantis will end at 2026. He cannot get VP. He cannot get president. He cannot get anything else until the next election. If anything,
2028. Yeah. So okay, I get where you're coming from.
I mean, if he's gonna go in 26, he might be able to go for a House or a Senate if they open. Now, I don't know what it is in Florida right now on that aspect. He might be able to go for that, but he's not gonna be able to go for everything else.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing, man. Answering that question, DeSantis should run for president.
Yes.
Okay, simple as that. A big reason for that is because it doesn't, because like what I said before, Trump was one of the endorsements that made Ron DeSantis skyrocket into that popularity. Gave him Florida. He did a great job. His merit. Donald Trump gave him the opportunity. He skyrocketed on it.
Correct.
So at the end of the day, Ron DeSantis doesn't owe Donald Trump anything. He doesn't owe him anything. He doesn't have to be like, I'm not going to run for the sake of Donald Trump or whatever it is. He doesn't owe the guy anything.
No, he doesn't.
So at this point, he should run for the sake of what you said, his career. I think in 2028, I'm not going to say he's not going to be irrelevant, but I think people have very short-term memories, and they're not going to remember how he handled the coronavirus back in 2020, right?
Yeah, so that would be like 8 years ago at that point. Like
Exactly.
people wouldn't give a shit at that point.
Yeah, exactly. So that's my point. So at this point, he needs to run for presidency to kind of get his momentum up and running. Regardless if he loses, I don't think he's going to lose respect so much on the Republican side, or at least the MAGA Republican side of things, as much as people would think. So next question here is, should DeSantis be up for VP if he were to lose, or maybe not even run, whatever the case is? Donald Trump gets the nomination. Do you believe DeSantis is a good pick for VP? And if not, who do you think would be the better pick?
So I think DeSantis will definitely be a great VP. That for Trump, I think you said this before, and other conversations, like, hey, if they do come together, Trump as president, Ron DeSantis as VP, that we can gain 100% of the Republican Party.
For sure, the MAGA voters.
Get all the MAGA voters and all this, hey, to come in and say that, you know what? Fuck it. Instead of them two fighting, they're together. Fuck yeah, we're going to go for them. Like, I totally would. Like, I love that, that idea that Trump and DeSantis together. Like,
that feels like a dream combo there.
It feels, it's too good to be true, to be fair. But the thing is that from other people's opinions that I've been seeing lately is the fact that, hey, he needs to pick somebody from the Midwest. They're both from Florida. Also they both have, if there might be starting tension, I don't know about that part.
I don't think, I mean...
and a political aspect.
Yeah, and a political aspect. No, I get you there. Here's the thing. I have said that before. I think the combination of the two is great because it's a double combo there. Right. Now, some people might say, okay, the balance out thing, like you said, he should get somebody probably from the Midwest. What was the one that we were talking about earlier?
Her last name is great. She's Marjorie
Taylor Greene.
Yeah, Marjorie Taylor Greene.
So there's some good candidates there. I mean, they're women candidates. It might be a popular decision to go around that route. Just for the sheer fact of the Democrats kind of run off that. Wouldn't be the first time Trump does kind of like a female diversity hire. He did that with the Amy. From
the Supreme Court.
So we've seen him do it before. Now here's the thing though. Should Ron DeSantis be VP? I think so. I think that would be a good combo. A big reason for that is because you're taking out your big guns, right? So you got to remember who you're up against, right? You're up against Joe Biden, okay? Joe Biden, the Democratic Party. At the end of the day, they did beat Trump, regardless of whatever your beliefs is on that. So we can't underestimate the Democratic Party so much. Like even this last election, we should learn from. We thought it was a red wave, didn't happen. So at the end of the day, I do think that having those aspects of that would be good. Not only that, with Ron DeSantis there, I think he could draw in some independent voters that maybe Donald Trump wouldn't have been able to get if not having somebody that's a little bit more on a reasonable aspect, similar to Donald Trump, but without the tweets, I guess. Yeah. But we'll see how Donald Trump handles that going forward.
Right. So, we still got to go through the primaries first.
Yeah, exactly. So do I think he should be the VP? I think they should do it. Do I think it will happen?
Probably
not, to be honest.
Probably not.
Probably not, to be honest.
The percentage seems kind of small at this point.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah, I mean, if DeSantis definitely fucking wins the nomination,
Yeah.
I wouldn't. First off, Donald Trump's not going to take a VP, so let's get that out of the way. Right?
Yeah, Donald Trump.
Secondly,
not taking
I don't
that.
even know if Donald Trump's even going to endorse Ron DeSantis if DeSantis actually gets the nomination. Who knows? Knowing that,
Nah, he's not gonna do it.
Trump is not, dude. Trump's a guy that does not like losing, and
Yeah,
that's
he will
one thing
not
that,
take- he does
and that's
not
one thing that I
accept
liked
L's.
about him. That's
Yeah.
one thing that a lot of people liked about him is that he was a fucking winner, bro.
Yeah.
And we need a guy like that to fight for us. So that's one positive aspect for it. Not only that, having Ron DeSantis as president, you have to remember one big thing Donald Trump was so loved by was because he couldn't get bought. You know, and
Yeah.
let's be honest, Ron DeSantis is great and everything, but hey, at the end of the day,
You could get bought.
he to an extent could get bought out. That's
Yeah.
one thing that can always scare you. I'm not saying it will happen. So outside of that, going back to DeSantis with this whole MAGA Republican Civil War, that's kind of a brewing here.
Oh yeah.
Who do you think out of the two, which I think in my personal aspect, I got my hands, out of the two, or maybe even another candidate, we have our Pences or Mitt Romneys or even some sleeper picks, whoever. Who do you believe is the best choice for the Republican Party to actually put as a nomination that's the best choice to defeat the Democratic Party? And who's actually the best one for the country?
Well, I would say Trump.
The best one to push? To like win?
Yeah.
You think so still?
Even still, I would still got to give it to Trump on that.
Okay. I think you're right when it comes who's the best for the country. I think it's Donald Trump. I think the Republican Party, and I still think you're right. I think Trump is still the best to beat the Democrats. But at the same time, there's a big argument to put Ron DeSantis there.
Okay.
And a big reason is because, again, going back to what I was saying before, the people love Ron DeSantis because he's just like a Trump without the loud mouth. Right?
Yeah.
So they believe that because Ron DeSantis is in that aspect, he can actually get independent voters, more middle of the line type of voters, and actually get enough votes to actually beat the Democratic Party. That's the thing there. So I think a lot of people, I think who's the best fit to actually beat Joe Biden? And again, I'm not going to underestimate the Democratic Party at this point because we've already done that twice and we've lost both. Okay.
Yeah.
Not lost, but we didn't get the results on the last one, right?
Yeah, the result that we wanted or
So-
expected.
Yeah, exactly. So outside of that, so let's go for this. I'll ask you a question on this, which I wanted to ask you earlier on this.
Okay.
So you're a Trump guy. You think Trump's the best for the country, correct?
Correct.
You think Trump's the best one to go about it, as in the best one to defeat the Democratic Party?
Now,
Is that your opinion?
Well, I want to say yes on that, but then again, like, look what the Democrat has done. You know, they did, hey, the elections. They try to tarnish him as much as they can. They put him through a bunch of different investigation for the last 7, now going on 8 years of nothing but investigation.
Yeah.
Hasn't found a single thing on this guy. So imagine just going in your life, just being convicted for whatever God reasons, and nobody can throw you in jail. Like, just going through the headache and trauma and the money, that whatever, is bullshit. I think that without that the way that he ran in 2016, that hey, they didn't really have too much on him or try to get too much on him because they didn't expect that he was going to win the primaries.
Well, yeah, they underestimated Donald Trump when he was running.
But see, they're being very fucking careful now. So like, hey, we can't allow this to happen. This guy just became president.
Yeah.
By a fair deal. Oh, now we have to change the rules.
Yeah. Now they're changing the rules, and that's the thing. Donald Trump was a wrench in the system because you have to realize before Donald Trump, he literally single-handedly changed the face of the entire Republican Party.
Yeah, he did.
You know, he did things like "I'm going to drain the swamp." He was literally using phrases saying, "I'm not just going to go after these Democrats. I'm going to go after these fake Republicans and take them out of the party as well and expose them." So he exposed the Republican Party for what they were. He exposed the Democrats, the media for what they were. You saw how the media was being extremely unfair. CNN, MSNBC, etc. were just nonstop Donald Trump, bad man. Everybody around him, if you associate with Donald Trump, you're a bad guy. You had Hollywood celebrities that didn't want to admit that they liked Trump because if they did, they were going to lose their job. I mean, this is how bad it got.
Yeah.
The liberal society just went crazy. So this is it goes back to the question here, was who's best for the country? 100% Donald Trump. You have to pick that because at the end of the day, who scares the people in charge?
Donald Trump.
Exactly. Who scares the mainstream media?
Trump.
Who scares Hollywood?
Trump.
So who do you think is the best guy for this job here?
You forgot one question, but I guess I'm going to ask it.
Who scares big tech? Donald Trump.
Okay, I forgot that one.
They banned his ass.
Who scares foreign leaders?
Joe Biden. Now let's move on. So that leads me to my next question. So I'm on your side here. I think Trump's best for the country. That's and just the things that I named off the rip right there.
Yeah.
Which later we'll be breaking down his speech because I think we'll go into that later. But let's go back to this question right here. So I'm going to ask you a question. So from this perspective, would you rather have Donald Trump the nomination? But he had about a 30% chance, let's say between 30 and 45% chance of winning the presidential run, actually beating the Democrats, right?
Yeah.
Or would you rather have a guy like Ron DeSantis, which is also a great pick?
Yeah.
Okay.
He is a good pick.
But DeSantis has, let's say, 55 to 60%. Let's say, just give him a fucking 60. Fuck it. 60% chance of defeating the Democratic Party and getting the Republicans back in the White House. If, let's say, a Magic Genie gave you those statistics, and you already know, again, we already know, he's just saying, I believe Trump is best for the country. But given those two odds, who would you rather have to risk? And that's going to lead me back to my next round after this.
Okay, so we're doing this hypothetical question,
It's a hypothetical, of course.
Yes. Okay, so doing this hypothetical question, I definitely do not want the Democrat Party to fucking win, not even by a small chance. I mean, by your analogy, what you're giving me that, hey, if I go with Ron DeSantis...
You have a better chance. It's not a guarantee, but you have a better chance.
Okay, yeah, but I got 60%. That's pretty much... That's pretty much almost a guarantee at this point.
Yeah, it is. Compared to Trump's like 30 to 45. Let's give him 40, bro. Let's give Trump 40.
Let's give Trump 40. That he got a 40% chance of winning.
We'll give him
40. Man, dude, like that question has definitely been a hard one. And I thought about this for a while already. Is that like, look, I can't stand the Democrat Party, bro. I really can't stand it. Like with this whole woke culture, inflation, this mockery that the whole world is just laughing at us because they do watch us. They've been watching us. Oh yeah, all their lives,
bro. We're the novella of the world. Here,
yeah, we are the novella, and it's just like
United States politics,
man. From when we used to like have power and be like, hey, they feared us. It's like, dude, they're laughing at us, and it's like, man, I cannot stand this shit. Yeah. I really cannot. It's like, dude, being the joke is like, fuck you. Like, no, like, fuck them.
Okay, so let's get to the question.
So you
can't stand the Democratic Party. What's new, motherfucker? What is new?
I know that. I know. But to going into DeSantis and Trump, as DeSantis being 60%, Trump being 30%.
Yeah,
dude, man, if I take on Trump being the lesser, chance of winning, and we possibly have a more chance that the Democrat Party could fucking win over him.
Yeah.
It's the part that I do not like. I hate those odds. I really do. So going into DeSantis, hey, he has 60%. He's being the better guy on this from winning.
Okay.
I kind of will go with DeSantis on that level aspect. Only because I cannot stand the Democratic Party whatsoever. Man, but
so you're picking DeSantis.
I'm picking DeSantis with those odds. Okay. With those odds.
Okay.
But my main pick would technically
yes, I know
be
Trump.
Yes.
Fine. You already answered my question. Okay.
Yeah.
Now here's the thing. Now there's a reason that I asked that question.
Yeah.
You chose DeSantis. Here's the thing, bro.
I want guarantee.
I truly believe that the mainstream Republican Party, a lot of these news outlets or the one like the what is it, the New York Post, all these people that are kind of right wing kind of medias are leaving Trump for that same freaking reason, bro. The fact that I asked you this and you said, man, that's hard, I go with DeSantis. I think a lot of the people that are there
They might do the same.
Hold on. Can see that Trump isn't really well liked in a matter of people, like people who aren't necessarily politically savvy.
Yeah.
Like the average Joe people, he's not very popular amongst those
He's
types of
not.
crowd. Okay,
Sadly.
he's very much popular around people like that are into like me and you, and people that know policies, etc. But
Yeah.
let's be honest, the vast majority of these people that go into politics want to see a guy that's a little bit more well-spoken, isn't tweeting, isn't talking shit to these stupid libtards or people in Hollywood that are just overinflated ego types of individuals. So
But that was a good change
Hold
back
on.
then.
Hold on. Let me finish my thought here.
Yeah.
The fact that you already answered the question, Ron DeSantis, I think that a lot of these people that are kind of going back and forth between the two are thinking of it that way. They believe DeSantis has a better shot at defeating the Democratic Party than Donald Trump does.
Because nobody wants the Democrat Party. But go on.
Okay, listen. Can you see what I'm doing here?
Yes.
The fact that you even said, I can't stand the Democratic Party so much that I'll go with DeSantis. This is the same attitude that these people, in the mainstream aspect, I think are kind of going about it to where they're gonna take DeSantis. And not only that, I think Fox News is kind of split down the middle on it.
Yeah, they are.
And Tucker will do his thing. I don't know where Tucker's probably just gonna call it down the middle. He's gonna be bipartisan about the situation. But you can see a lot of these people kind of switching sides in a way where they're not full on Donald Trump. Now, if Donald Trump does win the nomination, we're going to see that flip and they're going to back him up 100%.
Of
you know?
course.
So we're going to expect that. But the big reason I asked you that is so you can kind of realize where these mainstream Republican outlets and talking heads are kind of coming from of that. And I think in their mind, DeSantis is their man best for the job to defeat the Democratic Party. I'm not saying he's going to do a better job at running the country as Donald Trump.
Yeah.
But I think they give him the best shot when it comes to individual voters, etc., to defeat the Biden administration.
Yeah.
That's my point there.
No,
anyways, so we'll end that segment right there. I want to move on to something else right here, which I found interesting. Now, you have noticed recently that Mr. Mike Pence has been in the news lately, right?
Yep. Yeah, Mr. Rhino. I mean, Pence. I'm sorry. I was.
All right. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna go as far as just go and call him a
No,
Rhino.
that was my mistake.
Well, that was your first reaction. So you really believe he's a rhino? You think he's a rhino?
Oh.
It doesn't matter what you
So anyways, let's move on here. So Mike Pence has been in the news. He recently went on a town hall with Jake Tapeworm. Right?
Yeah, Jake Tapeworm?
Yes. So
Okay,
he's promoting his new book. Promoting his new book, which is basically about, I guess, his run with President Trump and his how he went about things, etc. Right?
Yeah.
Now, a big thing that I'm wondering here is Pence and Trump obviously ended on a downward spiral, right?
Yeah.
So I want to show this clip of Mike Pence kind of having his first town hall meeting with Jake Tapeworm over here.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Now you had something interesting that you noticed the last time that we saw this.
Right.
We'll
You know
point it
what?
out right
Yeah,
now.
well, let the video play and then I'll point it out afterwards. Right? I ain't gonna point it out first and then
Okay, we're gonna
Let's
see
go
it.
that way.
We'll see about like 30, 40 seconds of this.
I
really
think it's
quick.
like a minute before you go. Oh, look
No what?
the fix the timing.
Oh yeah, I got you. So anyways, so we're gonna watch this. Let's go on right
First,
here.
I have to ask you, of course, about the elephant in the room, which is your former boss, Donald Trump, just announced that he's running for president. Will you support him?
Well, it's great to be here at CNN, Jake.
Thank you.
It really is. Thank you for bringing together so many great Americans, including, I heard, some people from my home state
A
of
lot of
Indiana.
them. A lot of
with
them.
us here
Hoosiers
today.
in the house.
And let me just say that it was a great honor for me to be a part of the Trump-Pence administration.
Noise.
And in 4 short years, we rebuilt our military. We revived our economy. We unleashed American energy.
No, not
We
according to
appointed
CNN.
conservatives to our courts at every level.
Well, he is next to the table.
In the end, our administration did not end well. And I write about that in my book. But as I've traveled across the country over the last year and a half, one thing I've heard over and over again, whether it's at the grocery store in Indiana or traveling around the country, is people want us to get back to the policies of the Trump-Pence administration. They want to see America strong and prosperous and advancing the policies
CNN told me that too.
advanced that left America.
Oh yeah, CNN definitely said that back in the day. I remember that.
American jobs. The other thing that I've heard consistently is that the American
into a
people
black,
are looking for
sassy
new
black woman there.
Leadership that will unite our country around our highest ideals. Leadership that will reflect the civility and.
All right, so we'll leave it at that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that.
So, anyways, Pence basically states before that his new book, he's going on these platforms. One big reason they want him in there, if you don't know, obviously, I think unless you're living under a rock, Mike Pence was a guy that went against Donald Trump when it came to the January 6th riots or whatever you want to call them, right? And he was also against Trump when he didn't want to conceive the 2020 election, right?
Right.
So there was a lot of things that Mike Pence towards the end didn't see eye to eye with Donald Trump. Now CNN is giving him a platform. He wrote a whole book. Of course, he's writing a book to kind of bank off of that. And he's catering. Well, not I don't know if he's catering, but there's definitely a lot of people on the left side, unless you're a hardcore progressive nut job, that are kind of embracing Mike Pence at this point. And there's a reason for that, because Pence in the future is going to be a really good weapon for the Democratic Party, especially if, which I believe he will, run for, put his hat in for the presidency run.
Oh yeah, and from other people and even just looking at it, is that, he is gonna do a kamikaze on this whole thing.
He's gonna do a
he knows
suicide
he's
bomb
not
on this.
gonna fucking win.
Yeah.
You're not gonna win. I mean, even if you got Trump and DeSantis right there fighting against each other, dude, you are nowhere close to them.
But here's the thing. That's my whole point here.
Yeah.
He knows he's not going to win. His whole point is this.
Sabotage.
He's just there to basically sabotage Donald Trump. He doesn't care who gets the nomination. Nobody cares. They just don't want Donald Trump to get there. Mike Pence at this point is the perfect weapon to at least steal votes away from the Donald Trump era thing. So here's another thing. He's there talking about January 6th, right?
Right.
Pence, of course, blames Donald Trump for January 6th, or he wasn't sensitive enough, like Donald Trump. You know, he believes Trump is to blame and he incited violence, which of course that's a whole other subject in itself. But anyways.
Oh yeah, because Trump Twitter account definitely said that.
Yeah, exactly. So Donald Trump definitely didn't incite anything that was insanely like telling people to go out and riot or anything like that. So the mainstream media is there. They're going to help DeSantis take votes. And when Pence actually announces his presidency, he's going to have a debate. Even though he's not going to have no shot of even getting the nomination, they're going to put him on stage with Donald Trump. Oh, yeah. Big reason for that is so that basically
they know the insight.
Yeah,
of what happened.
So that Pence can air out that dirty laundry. Yeah. That's really what it is, and they're going to do that. They're scared of Donald Trump. This is what they're going to use Pence for. So 4 years of CNN, the mainstream media, talking mad smack on Mike Pence and Donald Trump and the fly on his head and making big ass segments on that, which was hilarious.
Well, apparently he's going to need his own saying from his own book. Apparently his book is called "So Help Me God." Yeah, you need a lot of help if you're going to do that shit.
Well, there you go. So, anyways, so they're gonna embrace him.
Embrace. Oh,
they're gonna put some breasts right in his face.
Damn.
So God help me now.
I want that.
I love it. So here's the thing. He's just there on like you said, a kamikaze mission to destroy
votes.
Trump. Distort votes from Donald Trump. Right. He's not going to win. He's not going to do that. We know that. I think Liz Cheney will do the same thing. She's going to put her hat in the ring.
Yeah, she knows she ain't going to fucking win it. You can't win your own state. What makes you think you'll win the U.S.? Get the fuck out.
Yeah, but she's going to do it anyways. More than likely she will anyways. And so that's going to be the case on that. Now, here's the next question. Let's say by some miracle somebody goes under the radar. Okay. I don't know if it's going to be Pence. I think he has no shot. I think Liz Cheney has no shot.
Fuck either. No.
Who would you think, outside of if DeSantis runs, outside of those two, would have more of a chance to actually get the nomination? Do you think Marco Rubio is going to throw in his hat?
No, he's not going to throw in his hat.
Ted Cruz, somebody?
No, he's not.
Jim Jordan?
But no, definitely not
Ron
Jim
Paul?
Jordan. Not even Ron Paul.
You don't think Ron Paul's going to shoot his head?
I know he did. I know he did in 2016.
Do you think all the losers from 4 years ago ain't going to run again?
Yeah, the guys from 2016 are not. No, there are one of the losers that will come back to that. Mitt Romney.
Okay, you think Mitt Romney's going to?
I think Mitt Romney's going to come out and pull his shot.
Well, I mean, yeah, he's kind of a sleeper pick there. Honestly, I don't know too much what Romney has done lately, but I know he's a big name.
No, he hasn't been in politics for a good while now.
So what do you think he's going to run? He's going to come out. No, he's the governor of Idaho, I think, right now.
No, he's not. You know,
let's fact check me on that, dude. I'm probably wrong.
It was from Utah, but you know what?
Utah, yeah.
Yeah, so not Idaho. So Mitt Romney. Let's go ahead and just double check that while we're doing this. Fuck it.
All right, right here, brother.
Let's see.
Okay, rip.
Okay.
Mitt Romney.
Dude, the last time he was in the House, it was let me see. Oh, he assumed office in 2019. Oh, he's the incumbent. Yeah, okay.
He's
so
senator, bro.
Yeah, okay. So his.
Yeah, so he's still in office. Yeah, he's still.
Oh, yeah.
Bro.
Actually, you're right. No, that's right. That's right. Because, what? You know, my bad. I'm the stupid one here.
Yeah, you are, bro.
Yeah, I'm the stupid one here. I forgot. Here's the guy.
Suck.
I'll take the L on that. I'll take that L.
So, anyways, so let's move on here. So
he did vote against Trump. So yeah, so he has to be in office in order for him to go against Trump or to be part of his impeachment.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, I think Mitt Romney could definitely make a good candidate to kind of
but he did vote to impeach him, though, so I don't know. I mean,
again, bro, all the rhinos are gonna shoot out there. Now, I'm not saying Mitt Romney's a rhino or anything like that. I'm not saying that. I'm not gonna throw that word across like anything like that. It's like you're giving away like fucking Christmas gifts over here.
Oh no,
I'm not gonna call anybody a rhino that's going against Trump.
I'm just giving it to Mike Pence.
Okay, well, at the end of the day, I ain't gonna shoot that word out. Like, I'm not even gonna give it to Mike Pence at this point.
I'll give it to Mike Pence.
Nah, I won't. It's still a little too early for me. But at the same time, I do think he's going to run, but him running unintentionally, just like with anything, if you run a certain way, you're going to take votes from the main guy no matter what.
Yeah.
I just think Pence is going to be used as a political pawn for the mainstream media to air out that dirty laundry. Now, whether he takes that bet or not is up to him. Yeah. So we'll see on that. So, but I do think he's going to basically have that sabotage mission on that. But anyways, so we're going to move on here. So we just talked about Mike Pence, everything like that. So here's one thing. Donald Trump's speech. I don't know if you saw the whole thing. I think you did, right?
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did.
So if you watch the back half of that speech, Donald Trump basically went back to what worked for him during the Hillary Clinton run, right? When he was running against Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton, if you remember, she was running off of basically, hey, I'm a woman. I have tits. I could be the first woman president ever. And she's basically taking the same attributes that
Obama did.
That Obama did.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm the first black president. The difference is Barack Obama did actually do policies.
Yeah, he did.
Hillary's didn't. She's just like, hey, Orange Man is bad. He's racist, misogynist, homophobic. You name the phobics.
And
that's what he is.
And I got tits.
And I got some titties, which are disgusting, but vote for me anyways. I'm a woman.
Right.
That's what she ran off of.
Right.
But here's the difference. I think a lot of people saw Hillary Clinton and they were just like, wait a second. I don't like you. Nobody likes Hillary Clinton.
Who the fuck likes the Clinton?
Yeah, exactly. So she was already very unlikable. Like on a normal, like the mainstream person that isn't into politics doesn't really care for Hillary Clinton that much.
Dude, Democrats don't even fucking like the
Democrat. Dude, if you're a Democrat,
they don't even like the Clintons.
Bro,
after what Bill Clinton and all the bullshit. Yeah, fuck no.
So even then, bro, even if you're more of a left wing type of person, you still don't even really like the Clintons, man.
Nah, you wouldn't.
Shit.
Not at all.
Yeah. So Hillary's running off of I'm a woman, vote for me. That was her whole shtick there.
I think at that point, like during the primaries, at least with them, it's like, look, Bernie was definitely the better choice, and at least when it comes to the Democratic Party.
Yeah, that's a whole other subject there, which we'll get into a little bit later. But so what I was thinking is, Donald Trump ran off of shock value for sure. But the man did give you policies. It wasn't just him saying outrageous stuff like Mexico ain't sending our best, or their best, I'm sorry.
You mean that, hey, he is just going against the cartels. That's or M13.
Trust me, the audience already knows that.
Yeah,
the audience already knows that. So you already know that.
Before the Democrat people want to call him racist.
Ain't no Democrat watching this. So here's the thing.
Facts.
Here's the thing. Yeah. So here's the thing, man. So outside of that, outside of the shock value, Donald Trump basically had a great way of doing his policies. He had policies there. And in this last speech, his announcement speech and everything, he went back to at least the back part of his speech was talking about policies, which I did my notes when I saw it, and I wanted to kind of name some of them.
Okay.
So one big policy that he was talking about was one quote that he said right here was, economic security is national security, right?
Absolutely.
In other words, our economy is shit, and because it's shit, that is a national security. That's something that we need to fix right away. So that's one thing that I liked about it.
I mean, if you think about it, though, let's talk about that for a brief moment. It's like, hey, when it comes to security, how do you secure yourself if there's not any kind of financial grab that you have? Like, as you as an American, coming out and being like, hey, my financial crisis is so much that you can't buy security system for your home, or put a fence.
Oh, you're talking about inflation.
Well, yeah, that boils down to it. Or like, hey, buy a gun to defend yourself, or anything like
those
that.
Policies. Yeah, security.
It's security. It's security, but it also goes down to economical. So if you can't, you know, if in economical is against security in any kind of form or way, is like you can't secure yourself if you're fucking broke.
Definitely.
You really can't.
No, 100%. So that's why I say, again, great quote by Donald Trump. He says, economy security is national security. So love that line from him.
Yeah, love it.
Love it. Going off of that, another thing he brought up. The problem, especially because, for those that don't know, we do live in South Texas. So one big problem that we have here is the border, right? So one big talking point that he did with his policies was border security. Along those lines, he said this, the fentanyl problem that's going on at the border. So fentanyl's big thing. He talked about that, right? Getting rid of that stuff, which is going to resonate with a lot of people. Another thing he said, catch and release will be gone forever. Quote by Donald Trump right there. Love that aspect right there. Another thing, he's going to safely remove illegal aliens. Love that, right?
Right.
Here's a big one right here. Human trafficking is the worst in human history. This is a big one, right? So it's going to lead me to later in the speech, he talks about this. Oh, well, let's, like what you said earlier, right? He's going to bring back the Remain in Mexico policy that Joe Biden got rid of. Again, great. We like that. If you are a voter, if you're one of those MAGA Republican types of guys, or even Republican in general, especially with the open borders that's going on, you're going to love those policies.
Now, again, can I say something here on that, on that matter?
So, which one?
On the matter of what Trump said. Remain in Mexico and the other one there.
Which one?
The catch and release one. Okay. So the catch and release, stay in Mexico on that one there. Let's be real. Like for those of you, like as Jake just said, is that hey, we do live in South Texas, and we are one of the front lines that are dealing with this border crisis.
Yes, sir.
So any of you all that are listening that are not here in this in the border or don't understand what's going on, if you go to most stores now, you know, we have a lot of people there that are trying to ask for monies. We have a lot of beggars now. We have all of these different things.
Yeah, that's become a problem.
So you're coming into the U.S. without anything. At the end of the day, you're getting away from a country that is shit. I get that. Mexico's shit. Let's be real. You know, and Mexico, we're just right on the border of that again. If I had to state that. So we are now, ever since Biden came into office, we are now seeing the fact that there is a lot more homeless people around here. And yes, and they are people that did come from Mexico that's coming into the U.S. and fine, without legal citizenship here. So they have no way of getting a job. They have no way of making money.
No, they have ways of getting a job, bro.
Well, yeah, okay, fine. My mistake
I've
on
had
that.
jobs where like there was people there that were illegal. They're basically getting paid under the table, man. So outside of that, no, they do have that. And again,
right, but you can't get a job even like working like a McDonald's or Walmart.
That's not what you will. You can get paid under the table. McDonald's was doing this. Okay.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah. These people were doing this. Taco Bell, etc. I've heard many stories, and I literally experienced that myself. So these people are taking away jobs. Outside of that, we're not going to go into that. Let's stick on the policies.
Yeah, let's go for it.
But anyways, let's go on here.
I want to tell people what we're kind of going through in that process.
Yeah, we are taking the front brunt of
we're in the front line.
Yeah, so we'll save that for another, or maybe later in this episode. We'll go into more detail on that. Let's just shoot out these right.
Let's go.
So, anyways, one big thing that he said during that speech, which a lot of people criticized him because they felt like this speech was like low energy, like this guy was like. Not the same Donald Trump and this and that, but yet at the same time, they criticized them for being too high energy.
Well,
so it's like you can never win, right?
I'm just like,
who cares about why, dude? These people it's either you're damned if you do, if you're damned if you don't. It's simple as that.
That's
simple
what
as
it sounds
that.
to me.
No, it's simple as that. So again, they'll criticize them for too much energy throughout the time, and then now all of a sudden it's boring, right? Okay, fine, whatever.
Okay,
bro.
why? Because you're talking about policy. Policy is boring.
Can I finish my shit?
Yeah,
Shut
go
the fuck
for it.
up, goddammit.
Go for it, fucker.
All right, Jesus, stop interrupting me.
Make America great again.
You triggered that just
I did. Because now Donald Trump's telling you, shut the fuck up and let me talk so we can make America great again. All right? So anyways, let's go back to this. So one big thing that he talked about during that speech was he talked about the human traffickers and the drug dealers.
Right.
So he stated this: drug dealers and human traffickers, he's going to make a policy or some kind of legislation to put these people to sleep. I'm not going to say, but they're going to put them to sleep. Just to be secure on there.
Just anyways, sleeping forever.
So he basically said this status, which I don't know where he got it from. I haven't fact-checked any of that. But according to his words, he says this. On average, 500 people will die in a lifetime to the drugs that are being sold as well as like the human traffics. Right? So on a lifetime, 500 people. Like per person type of thing. So in his mind, it's like these people are the worst scum of the earth, which rightfully so. These are people that came from the caravans and stuff like that.
Right.
Gang members, human traffickers, rapists, etc. So
Mexico ain't saying their best.
Mexico ain't saying their best. So his thing is he wants to do some legislation that will put these guys to sleep. Hey, man, I don't know why people are criticizing him for saying this is boring, but he said that shit, and I was just like, whoa, holy shit, this guy just said it.
Dude, that's awesome. So agree with that shit.
That's cool.
I mean,
now, regardless if he's going to get that passed or not, I don't know. So that was one big thing. Hold on. That was one big thing there. Okay, before you go on. That was one big thing. So I'm saying this. These are all policies right here, especially with the border. That's where he's going back from. We can say our opinions afterwards. Let me get past these policies. Big policies was the border.
Right.
Let's move on from that. Another thing outside of that. Look, he also said this. You're going to like this, my friend.
Oh.
No man will participate in women's sports.
Fuck yes.
Pretty obvious, my friend.
I mean, come on.
Pretty obvious.
We already seen the fucking stupid shit that's been going on with that crap.
That's a good one. Another thing he said. Right here, you're gonna like this next one.
So-called women winning all these sports.
That's another subject, my friend. I'm going through the policies. I don't want to venture too much here.
All right. Let's go to the policy. Let's get that shit.
Another great one here. You're gonna like this one too. All
right.
Okay. Everyone that got fired who didn't take the vaccine will get an apology and back pay. And this is going to resonate with voters that are what? Military, bro. The ones that lost their job because they didn't take the vaccine for the military stuff. Not only that, nurses and people that were in the medical fields that didn't want to get vaccinated and lost their jobs for that. That's going to resonate with those voting groups. Yeah. Great stuff, right?
Absolutely great.
And another great one. You're going to like this. Schools will lose funding if they push CRT and gender theory. Or in his eyes, gender insanity. That was his quote. But it's gender theory, right? So big aspect there. You're going to lose funding if you push that.
I mean, rightfully so. I mean, DeSantis put out the supposedly people call it "Don't Say Gay" bill.
The Don't Say Gay
And
bill.
it wasn't really called that, but at the end of
Yeah.
the day, they just said that, and everybody was coming out in the media like, "Oh, we can't say gay."
Bro,
And,
they said that in the Academy Awards.
Yes, that's what I was going
Hollywood,
at,
bro.
That they're fucking doing that shit. It's just like, okay, look. It's not the fact that you can't say gay. It's just the fact that just do not push the gay sexual agenda on children.
And here's
because they don't know nothing about sex. Like, how stupid can you be to not realize that?
Yeah, they don't know anything.
They don't know that. No, that one, that's gay people saying that.
Yeah, it's not Alex Jones. He might be gay. He spends a little too much time with Blair White, so I don't know. Anyways, let's move on here. So that was a good one right there, right?
That is a good looking man, though.
He is very good looking. Alex Jones, love him. Anyways, let's go on here. Another thing he said, we're going to ban inside trading for politicians. Love that fucking thing.
Oh,
right
yeah,
there.
because fucking Pelosi been taking advantage of that for the longest
And
fucking time.
Now, here's the thing. We're going to do a separate video on that part. So let's move on to that.
Yeah.
Great aspect there. We like that. I think even if you're a Democrat or even a left-wing type of person, you could probably agree, hey, insider trading for politicians, this is how they kind of get rich.
It's like, look,
that's how they bend the rules.
If you
my
have
friend.
insights
So-
on the stock market and the trade that, hey, what's going to happen to the stock market? Why the fuck you trading in? It's the people that are gambling that who don't know what the fuck
Yeah.
it is. You have to try to go and learn some kind of guessing statistics that what it can technically be to just
well, it's not
buy
guessing.
in.
If you're good at it, it's not guessing. It's educational guessing.
Well,
But
yeah,
here's-
but it's still guessing. It's educational guessing.
Okay. Here's the thing. Let me correct
That's my
myself.
point.
Let me correct myself a little bit. So I said insider trading for politicians. Now, obviously, you're going to be like, "Oh, Jake, you're wrong on that. Politicians can't do inside or trading in general." Yes, that is true. He's talking about their spouses. Complete overwrite on that bullshit. It's not going to happen anymore because Nancy Pelosi was she turned what, $2 million into $100 and something million? Like, this is ridiculous. So
yeah, she's been doing that for years.
Okay. So again, you already said that. She's been doing that for years. I think they got the point there.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. Big ban on that. Love that, right?
Yeah,
so
love that.
Here's the next one. Again, policies.
Love it.
Love it. Again, policies right here. To eliminate cheating in elections, I will demand voter ID, same-day voting, and paper ballots. Pretty good to me. Okay,
Makes fucking sense to me.
Which is a good thing because I know. Here's the thing: we're living in an era where
I mean, look at fucking
obviously-
Arizona, dude.
Hold on. Stop. So here's the thing: we're living in an era where I think more and more people are kind of questioning the elections and stuff like that.
Correct.
Like, okay, fine. Obviously, we had Hillary Clinton, the Democrats questioning the Donald Trump election, saying it was Russian propaganda, whatever. And then Donald Trump
Turned out to be
and
flaw.
Shut up, bro. Okay, let me talk. And then when the Republicans won, turns out they were being accused. You're accusing the Democrats of doing the same, right? Okay,
Right.
fine, whatever. We'll give the opinions later, not on this episode. We're just talking.
Yeah.
So him saying this, look, we're going to go back down to the nitty gritty. Okay, the nitty gritty. Demand voter ID. Simple as that, which of course Dems hate that shit.
So hold on. Can we take a moment on that voter ID thing? Just real quick, at least. That I just want to say this.
Okay, you got 20 seconds.
Okay, 20 seconds. All
Go.
right. So look at this. Biden has just allowed immigrants to come over to our country illegally. Okay, so they're not here in a legal aspect, and you're telling me that they have the right to vote.
They don't have the right to vote, my friend.
They don't have the right to vote. They're coming here illegally. And so then, you know what? But yet, if we have a voting system that does not require some form of ID, which is Biden had a video where he takes his granddaughter over there and he's getting upset like, you're really asking me for my ID?
He didn't get it set, bro. He didn't get upset.
He got a little
No,
upset.
he didn't. He just
Okay.
gave the ID like it was no big deal. But the
Dude,
point of that
if you
video
saw
was
his face, you will see that.
he didn't do it, dude. The point of that video was this: Joe Biden saying we don't need voter ID. It's a racist thing. Black people that were there at the table asked him for ID. He said, "Yeah, sure, no big deal." But then at the same time, he's a hypocrite. He should have been like, wait, why are you asking for it? We should get rid of that. He should have been offended, which he wasn't. Again, he knows for a fact voter ID is very important. Even
Yeah.
black people and minority communities agree
Yeah.
with this. So at the end of the day, I mean, I remember seeing that video. I didn't think it was a big deal. I think Republicans were blowing it up too much.
Fine. But you know what? At the end of the day, though, it's just like, look, think about it this way. It's like, okay, now we have a lot of illegal people here in America.
Some of them might slip through the cracks.
Yeah.
I get you.
And it's just like, okay, you only want American citizens to vote for the next governor, any local thing, whatever the fuck it is.
True.
You know,
True.
I don't want illegals to vote, coming in and voting.
Yeah.
For no fucking, like, they have no say so. They probably don't even understand what the fuck is going on most of the time.
Good for you. Can we move on? They're giving you a clap.
But yeah,
they're giving you the same clap of people that are making speeches too long at the Academy Award. Can I get through this, damn it?
Okay, go. I said take a moment on that. So yeah, we took a moment.
20 seconds.
We took more than 20.
Yeah, which is whatever. It is what it is. We're doing this. Anyways, so that was a big one right there.
Right.
I think that was one of the best ones. So again, if you break down to it, bro, the economy, inflation, basically policy, right? Fentanyl, the drug issue, policy, catch and release, gone forever, policy, safely removing illegal immigrants, policy, the human trafficking, all the issues we're having there, policy, women's sports, policy, everyone getting that got fired from the vaccine, getting BAPAC, policy, schools losing funding for pushing the critical race theory and gender theory, policy, banning of inside training, policy to eliminate to better have elections because people are already skeptical on that. Policy right there. So Trump now I missed this one too. He had said also in that same speech, he said this: America's going to stay out of foreign wars. These things that aren't even in our business, we shouldn't even be, which goes back to funding the Ukraine. Shouldn't be aspects. So absolutely. A lot of his voting base is going to like all that. He named nothing but good policies that we can all get behind on. And some of those policies, even if you're kind of lefty or in the middle, you can get behind some of these policies.
That's why I want the globalists to know. I will eat your ass first.
So anyways, with that being said, we're going to do last thoughts. Last thoughts. You go first.
My only thing is this: is like, look, Trump's policy. Again, like I said, common sense. You, depending where you are in the world that you're, in the U.S. Look, we are in the front line of this border crisis. Yes, we are dealing with the fentanyl. We are dealing with, homeless people coming in, have nowhere to go or anything like that, and thinking that, hey, this is a great policy to help out. And it really is not. It's not at all. It doesn't help society. It doesn't help them. And we're not here to help them. I mean, what more can you ask for any of us to do so? And, if we cannot help them, just like apparently Martha Vineyard people couldn't help 50 people, the richest island in America, said that it can't help 50, but yet we have to take in...
Is it an island?
It is an island.
I didn't know that. Go on.
Yeah. So... coming in here, we have to take in millions of people, throughout the years. And you think that we can handle this? Absolutely not. We are, where we live, we're probably one of the fewest areas in the United States that has everything in the value is less. Housing is less. Anything in the markets is less. And, I guess you could think that they have a better chance if they have money to do so. But if they have nothing to come over here, and we're not the expensive city like New York or anything like that goes on in this world, we can't help these people, unfortunately. We have our own thing, our own families, and everything else to deal with. And then what happens is that these people resort to doing some kind of form of crime because, hey, they have to go and steal, they have to go and hurt somebody in order for them to survive, and do all these crazy things in this world. It's not fair to them. It's not fair to us. So people, you got to really look at this border crisis. What Trump is saying, he was absolutely right in the first place. We have our congresswoman for the meantime until January, Mayra Flores, who's trying to fight for that. But of course,
just go on, bro.
We don't have
talking about that right now. Go on.
We don't have the House in order to push that analogy right now. We will gain the House in January, but at the end of the day, I'll end my take on that one.
There you go. Okay, so quick last thoughts on that. OJ's been talking about, we have issues here at the border. Fine with that. But we have a lot of issues here. One thing is this. Elections are always muddy, gritty, etc. Whatever happens in the future, Ron DeSantis, Donald Trump, honestly, it doesn't matter who you vote for, as long as you're voting from knowing what these policies are, what they're pushing, where they're getting funded, etc. And as long as every decision you make is based off facts, we're going to be fine. It's going to be, hey, fair fight, etc. The thing is, cast your votes. Your vote does matter. Our votes matter. It is what it is. If you believe that our votes don't matter, if everybody had your mentality, this whole United States would be a dictatorship. Okay? So go out there, do that. Okay? With that being said, good night. Our first episode here. This is the Project VOpod. Please like, subscribe, do everything you can, and we'll see you
Make
again
sure you hit that
later.
like button and that plus button on Rumble.
There you go.
And we will make America great again.